What is up, YouTube? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. This is my channel Pixie Dust and Spirit Alchemy, where we talk about all sorts of things taboo, occult, strange. Strange falls under a broad category, but we talk about all sorts of magical stuff right here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for returning if you are a subscriber already. So guys, today's video is a continuation of my pendant review series that I've been doing. I've done the Aegis pendant already, as well as the Illuminator pendant. You can find those on my channel. They are product reviews of High Power Creations products. High Power Creations is an online business service that a friend of mine, Chris Tanner, runs and owns and operates. And he recently moved actually to an Etsy store. So I believe he still has his online services. It's like a website or a group on Facebook, High Power Creations, if you want to find it. That being said, today's video, guys, is going to be on the Divine Feminine pendant right here that I have around my neck. And I'll post pictures in here as well so you can, see. I've actually been really excited to do this video, I'm not going to lie. Mainly because this pendant of the 4 that I have, I feel has been and continues to be the strongest pendant energetically that I've received, that I've gotten from High Power Creations. So strong, so much so that at one point I needed to keep it in my closet because I couldn't handle having all that energy just in my room, in my space. Not that I couldn't handle it, but I could just feel it. And it was very close to like my bed. And I wasn't trying to sort of have that energy mesh with all the other energy that was in my room already. Not a bad energy. It's definitely not a bad energy, just very strong indeed. The Shania Twain song, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. You will feel like a woman with this pendant. And for men, I don't necessarily mean like, you're going to feel like a drag queen or something. Possibly. I mean, these pendants attune to and amplifies the divine feminine energy within everyone. And like I've said in other videos, everybody has their own inner masculine and and inner feminine. So now this is strictly only the divine feminine. So how the energy plays out depends on each person. Now, what I experienced when I first got this pendant was, first of all, just the strength of it. I was like, wow, this is definitely some feminine energy. Even as I wear it right now, I just feel a little bit empowered. And the strongest sensation that I had felt when I originally wore it and was sensing the energy was almost like a sensual energy. Like it really brought out my just sensual sexuality. Like I felt liberated in this sensuality too. It was like complete freedom of sexuality, which isn't necessarily something that I don't feel without the pendant, but it was like I just stepped into like my woman power when I put this on, if that makes sense. So now, the way that it plays out for men and women differently, right, is that for men, assists men in achieving syzygy. And syzygy goes back to sort of the anima animus, Shiva Shakti sort of alchemical marriage within one being, within one person that takes place. It's the divine intermarriage of the masculine and feminine polarities. So for men, wearing this divine feminine pendant can assist them in bringing that out and amplifying that divine feminine side. I know a friend of mine who, he started to shave his legs to embrace that sort of feminine balance within himself. And also by wearing this pendant, he could almost feel his emotions with more of a depth that women feel all the time. Now for females, this pendant can be attuned to 2 different sides of the feminine energy. One side being the Lilith archetype, and then the other side being the Sophia archetype. The archetype of the Lilith energy is the sexual energy of the divine feminine. And not to say that Lilith is bad. In a patriarchal society that we've created and live in, Lilith has been viewed as being bad, as being the aspects of femininity, of sexuality and sensuality that have that are not traditional and therefore not okay or deemed bad by the patriarchy. And this predates, just modern times. This goes back centuries ago. But she's simply not bad. She's powerful. She's also in some cultures known as the goddess of wrath. I don't know, the movie and book Gone Girl just came to my mind, so that could possibly be a good example. If you're familiar with that book and movie, go check it out or watch the trailer. If not, that could also be an example of a Lilith archetype. Sophia is the archetype of the sacred feminine and the queen within ourselves for women, basically. Sophia is referred to, she emerges in some Hebrew scriptures like the Gnostic Gospels. She is also in some ancient stories and just some mythology. She represents the sacred feminine. This is when you've gone through your Lilith phase and essentially step into your queen power. Also, when I wore this, we'll say that not only did it make me feel that I stepped into my divine feminine power more, but by doing that, I also was able to recognize where the line was sort of between the divine feminine and the divine masculine within myself. Like, I could more clearly see the traits and characteristics of what my divine masculine archetype looks like because I was so in the feminine energy, if that makes sense. It was like I could see what the feminine part is and then, or more so feel, not even just see, I could feel it. It was like an internal feeling. And then to see where the feminine ended and the masculine began. So that was a bit interesting too, to have that sort of differentiation between the two. Like I said, we can attune it to either our Lilith archetype or the Sophia archetype. And that might apply for men too. Do you want your feminine side to be more of the Lilith side or the Sophia side? It's up to you. We can always change it later. But this is a strong-ass pendant. It's kind of crazy, but it's also cool because it helped me to recognize my own feminine energy and see that a bit clearer and how that manifests for me as a woman. So I've got one more video after this. It'll be the multi-point alignment pendant, but I wanted to get this one out and made so that you guys could just learn a bit more about divine feminine energy and see this product because it is beautifully crafted, and they're not just rocks. Like, to some people, yes, but to those that are sensitive to energy and can feel that energy, it's much more than that. It's a tool. How do we use this tool to our benefit? Well, that's up to us. And so I just share some tips on what I've done with it, how it's helped me, and hopefully that will help others out there who also try out these pendants. Thank you guys for watching this video. Check out High Power Creations website and their YouTube channel, and check out the products as well. They're very, very well made and beautiful. I enjoy wearing them too, I am curious to see if this could help with any mothers out there, bringing out that nurturing sort of motherly instinct. But as myself not being a mother, I have yet to really sort of experience that firsthand. But for those that are mothers, that would be interesting. Attuning to either your Sophia or Lilith energy. So something to test out. So anyways, guys, stay safe and well out there. Stay kind, stay curious. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you enjoy it. So I hope this video helps some people out there. I hope you learned something new. And until next time, guys, peace.